Hello and welcome to Witchy 101 with myself, Willow, my beautiful sisters, Drew, and my beautiful sister, Mystical. So we are here tonight, guys, and bringing you on Witchy 101 a class about altars and your magical tools, how you use them, how they are important to your altars, and why it is good to have some of these on your altars as well, guys. So first, we're just going to introduce yourself. So I will put you over to one of the sisters to go first. Who would like to introduce herself first?
Drew, go ahead.
Mystical.
Wait, which way is Drew? Is Drew this way? Okay,
Yeah,
Drew, you go first. Go first, Drew.
No, you go first. You always go first. You go first.
Okay, so I am a Mystical Love and Light, and I do all kinds of things on my channel. It's just not witchy stuff, it's what it is I have a whole list of playlists, okay? And I cover so many things. And actually today I even added on also including my like homestead life because of all the things that I do. So I have playlists pertaining to crystals, to spiritual workings, to oils, powders, prayers. I have paranormal investigation videos, pendulum, cards, throwing bones, osteomancy playlist, magical recipes, just family happenings, miscellaneous stuff. We do all three of us, we do together the strange and unknown, and also your path, the witchy path. Anybody wants to come on the channel and tell about their witchy path. Mending oils and recovery oils that you use for topical. So yeah, I have the magic garden and playlist telling all about how to use tinctures, and of course the puppies. And so it's like I'm scrolling down my playlist, and yeah, and I have got so much stuff on there, it's unreal. So whatever you're into and you want to check out the playlist, you can see everything on there. Okay, that's my bit.
Over to Sister Drew.
You sure? I think you've missed a few things.
I probably did, but I was trying to shorten it up.
Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Drew. A lot of you do know me as Drew, but I also am Athena from Broomsticks and Pentagrams. I have now also just launched my new websites, which is Broomsticks and Pentagrams, for all my spiritual stuff that you all know me for. But there's also a new adventure on there which is called Mystical Woodland Advisors. So where I'm a spiritual advisor, a spiritual influencer, also a paranormal researcher, a paranormal advisor, all things like that. So please check out the new websites that I have got up for all that. But typically I'm known for my paranormal around Scotland, nature walks and things. I'm trying to do more of this year and things, so hang around for that. and identifying some plants and things in my area that I think's here. So keep an eye on that if you like the witchy stuff and the nature stuff. So just a little mixture of things, guys. So all I can say is hang around and see what's next.
And
Lovely.
I want to add in before Sherry tells hers. Congratulations, Drew, since you graduated today on all of that.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's been great. Honestly, I've loved every minute of it. I think it's been a great course to learn. And also, guys, I can learn some of the other sisters and things. Sister Sherry, I can help her when I go visit her. I'll put her up a website and things, not a problem. And I'll get her all set up in her shop and things while I'm there. Just help her along a little bit. And anybody else that's in the UK, I can help you as well, hopefully. So don't be shy in asking, guys, if you are also at the beginning of your path, try to open up a shop or a website, because I'm here to help you. Okay?
You sure you
Yeah,
didn't
no,
miss anything?
that is amazing news. It is amazing news, and definitely a congratulations to Sister Drew. And she's absolutely amazing. She's been doing amazing as well. So I can't wait to
Thank
get my
you.
shop up and running. So
Welcome,
obviously,
everybody.
I'm Willow for my as a witch, and I'm also known as Sherry on PWI. I am somebody that does the paranormal and does investigations. I'm into all things strange and unknown. I'm a witch. I like to put all sorts of things up on my channel, everything from witch to paranormal to normal walkout streams to streams where I'm investigating, streams where I'm giving you education on witchy stuff, all sorts of things, guys. So, like my sisters, we're a bit of a mix of everything, guys. So if you really like a channel that's busy and out there and really cares about educating other people and things, then we're definitely the channels for you guys. So that's a little bit about me as well. But a lot of you know us anyway, but for the newcomers, welcome in.
Yes, welcome and hello,
Come on,
everybody. And
guys.
hello,
Hello, everyone.
honey. Hey, Christina's
Welcome
in.
in, Mr. Lee.
Hello,
Oh,
Yeah.
hi,
Mr. Lee.
Christina.
And Stephen and Carrie.
Welcome in,
Um,
everybody. Thank you for
so,
joining us
welcome
this
in,
Friday night
everybody.
again.
Don't forget to like and share, please, guys.
I already
Yep,
hit
And make
like.
sure that you've got your
yep,
pens and
get
papers
liked
on
and
you
share.
because you're going to need to write a lot of stuff down tonight because you're going to need to be able to remember it. So pens and papers.
Yes. Welcome in, Chad.
Hey,
Yeah,
Chad.
tonight we've got to do a lot. I think I said that in the Facebook post as well, guys. To bring it, make sure you bring your notepads tonight, or even make sure you do go back over it again, maybe even a couple of times, because there'll be a lot of information shared about where you place things and things like that. So, Sister
Yeah, and I
Sherry's got a
mentioned that.
lot. Yeah, and there's a lot of
I mentioned
videos
that
that
on
we've
my
got.
stream today. I done a
Oh yeah,
cooking
that's
stream
right. And I
about
missed your
2 hours ago, and I did say about Witchy 101, bring your pens and papers along. It's about altars and tools and
good.
stuff.
Yeah.
So we've all done it. We've all told you. So our plans are is we're going to obviously talk to you about the altars, the tools, what they represent, what they're good for, but we're also going to give you a little run-in on like the things about how we cleanse and we do things to keep our practices in order. So you definitely want to be jotting
Welcome,
this
Chad.
information down. This is key to jot down, guys. This is the beginning of your craft if you're coming into it. So
Yep, definitely.
And
I
in the
did
Welcome
do some
meantime,
everybody.
research. I have done loads and loads of, to be honest, this week's not stopped because it's been constant videos coming out and constant videos being made. But I have managed to get some stuff to go on for this show, like and stuff like that. So, and then sisters can say what they want as well. Like, obviously, a lot of
Yeah,
us we
good
already know
sis.
what like the altars and stuff are. And
Yeah.
if I let me just hang on a minute, I'm just trying to move my laptop without
okay,
being
and
scared
if
about knocking it off. But
hey,
if you can
Diane.
see, as I said, we always say to you
Yes.
about having your secret areas. Obviously, up here is where
There's
my
that
altars
beautiful
are. So
boy,
Chad's
Dad.
giving away
Yes.
modelling. Obviously,
Dang.
he's modelling, not
He's
altars, but
modelling, yeah.
they're all at the back. And this is where the secret space is, guys. So it's really important
Yeah.
that when the first thing before you even get your altar and that is actually determine where you're going to have your altar and magical practice, somewhere that's going to be secret and
Hi,
okay for you to
Diane.
do it. You don't want to be having a lot of people coming in and disturbing you while you're practicing and doing things like that. So you do need to find an area in your home where you can do your worshipping and your call outs to your entities and all those
Yeah.
special things. Anything you want to
Yep,
say,
you sure
sisters?
do. Well, I was just going to say, remember, guys, as well, remember what you're doing the altar for. We've got altars for
Yeah,
many different reasons, okay? When
course
I
it does.
first started this path and I kind of wanted to, I knew about altars and things because I started to research what actually happened. I wanted to connect to spirit, as you all know that, and I realised it was through witchcraft. And then I started to think, I seen all about the giving offerings and things, so I wanted to pay like kind of respect to that. So the videos I had seen, they had put like there was always statues, there was water and things like that on like a bit essentially a sideboard or whatever, a table. So I looked more into that, and remember, I wanted my altar at first to connect. I wanted to connect to the spirit that I'd seen in my toilet, which was Santa Marta. So I'd aimed all my altar at her, where I'd stuck to the basics, which Sister Sherry will go into a little bit more about all the placings and things like that, guys. But when I did mine, it was to focus on her. So I got my statue, which actually was a statue that wasn't even about her. It was a statue just of the Grim Reaper, but I adjusted it to her. And I gave her my hair underneath our nun's habit. That's her hair, my hair she's got underneath there. And I started, because I was getting the witchy box at the time, I started to give her like little necklaces and things I'd got there. Maybe like some of the herbs I started putting out for her. Some of the oils I would put on her head and things. So the more that I researched about her, the more my altar was aimed at her. But then the more I get into the craft, I wanted to also make an altar for the elementals, the four seasons, get your act. North, east, south, and west watchtowers. I've spoke that much today, guys. I'm just getting. In fact, spoke that much in the last week.
She's
But
tongue
anyway,
tied.
yes. So I wanted to pay homage to all of that because my research was going down that line. So I also started to set up a little side table that was aimed at them. So what you're all are for is important. Okay, so think a little bit about that and maybe jot it down. Have a wee think about what you're wanting your altar for, and then maybe we can give you a little bit more advice on how that altar gets set up.
Yeah, definitely. System Mystical, you got anything to say?
I was just gonna say, like on my altars, I have my ancestor altars on this side over here, and I have both sides, the Aztec and the Cherokee. You will hear, hey Kim, you will hear some people
Like, come on.
saying that don't use your altar for two different things. Just dedicate your altar to one thing. Well, the
Yeah,
way that I see it is on my ancestors, they're both me. So why would
yeah.
I not combine them together? So I have the altar that is for, like I say, the Aztec side and the Cherokee side to give offerings to them to, thank them for everything that they do for me every day. I also have a money altar that I also use there also. And then I have, I'm going to do a archangel altar, and because Lee had a couple of Christmases back, he had bought me a Archangel Michael
Oh, it's
like
beautiful.
statue figurine,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It's
And
beautiful.
my brother had also got me one, and I think it was the same year. Neither one of them knew that each other was getting it for me. But my brother had a whole lot of different angels that he kept since he was an ordained minister. Well,
Yeah.
when he passed and we gave everything away, I made sure I kept all of those, and
Yeah.
I put them up. I boxed them all up and put them away. And then once summer starts coming around, that I can go through the boxes and try to figure out what box I put them in. I'm gonna take them
Yeah.
out, and then I'm gonna make the whole top shelf behind
That'd be
behind
nice.
right here, and
Yeah.
put all of those and dedicate for the Archangel Michael, and I'm gonna do an altar there for that.
Beautiful.
It's
Thank you,
very.
Christine,
That's
for
what
this.
Hello, Christine, sweetheart. Hello, Kim, sweetheart. So, like, everybody does their altars differently. So, like, for me, like, I've got the one that you're sitting on at the minute. That's not an altar at the minute. That is actually going to be my nature altar. It's to do with my nature and all of my energies, like my
Yeah,
dragons,
excited. That's coming up next.
stuff.
Yeah.
You've got my main altar that has my goddesses, my gods on there. I will have my elements and things on there. That's what I normally would use for like my rituals and my spell work and for anything I'm trying to put out for anybody or for our world. I then got my ancestors and my spirit family up on the top of the fish tank, and then next to it I've got the dedication to the Lord and to the angels and all of the more divine energies. Then I've got my spirit guardian altar, which is to do with all of my guides and my animal totems and all of that. So I've got about 5 altars, guys. Obviously the nature one's not properly set up yet because I'm still getting bits for that. And like the sisters, I've got figurines that dedicate to the gods and the goddesses. I've got plates that are especially dedicated to my main goddess Freya. I've got obviously the pentagram plate on
Hey,
there.
Lunar.
Obviously, anybody that knows about the pentagram and it being on your altar, it gives the strength and the power to your workings and stuff like that. Obviously, you've got your things like your wands. My dragon's on my main altar at the minute because I'm actually working with them at the minute. I've got a lot of information to be bringing
Hey,
you in
Evie.
shows soon about the
Good.
dragons and the
Good,
fae
good.
and everything. There's a
Welcome.
lot of
Oh,
stuff going on.
Evie. Evie's
Different
here. Welcome
to
in,
be
Evie.
honest, your altar is your own thing, guys. Like we can give you information and detail about how to set up. As long as you put certain things like your chalice and things in certain places, you can put your other bits wherever you want to. To be honest, I've met women and gentlemen that are witches, and they don't put their chalices and stuff the way that it's been demonstrated to us to do.
I
We
think
just do
you
it
can
where we feel
change
it's
it.
right.
Mhm.
The only
Yeah.
things that need to really be in the right places are your element candles and stuff like that, and calling out to them. But again, when you call out to them, they know who you're signifying to. So
Yeah.
just,
Mm-hmm.
in
Okay.
general, your altar, you need your altar to do magic and to do what we're doing. You do need to have your altars to be
Do you
able to do
want
your
me to read a little bit about the
declaration.
altar?
Oh,
Want me to
well,
read a little bit? There's a
do you
thing
want
here.
to read a bit about it?
It's just it's not that long, and then you can read
Yeah,
yours
no,
if you
you do
want.
your bit, and then I'll get my little bit up about it as well. It's
No,
not loads. We
it's
don't
just
really need much, to be honest.
yeah, it's just your altar is your own sacred space and deeply personal to you. It should always be a place where you love to go, to meditate, to seek guidance, to perform spell work, and more. If you have room, it can be a permanent feature, or space is scarce. You can lay it out when needed. Your altar can be laid out on any flat surface. The kit included with the study pack, that's because I got this in a pack, will give you the main items you need, and we'll explain. Look, Sister Sherry will get into all that, guys. I just want to say this bit to you. You can also place items on your altar that are special to you, such as crystals, jewellery, photographs, talismans, etc. And you will start to build all that up, guys. I have laid out see, that's the basic altar, but so that's what we're going to tell you. The basic altar, Sister Sherry will tell you all about that. But through time, you'll find little trinkets that you'll get the urge is to go on your altar. Even if you're out in nature and things, you'll maybe see a stone and you'll say, "Oh, that'd be good for my altar." Things like that, always listen to it because it's building up the energy of your sacred space. And remember, that's what it is. It's where you have chosen in your home, wherever it could even be outside. It's where you've chosen to pick to connect to your inner self, Mother Nature, whoever it may be. So it is sacred to you, which, as Sister Sherry said, everybody's is different in things. We all will have probably a different one at the end of the day, but it basically stays the same for the principles.
Yeah. Mr. Mystical, anything you want to say?
I just gonna say to give them like some examples. Say for example, like on my money altar, I have a green vase, and that's what I'll drop pennies, nickels, dimes, whatever. I give an offering. You don't have to give a whole lot. It's the gesture that's behind it. I have herbs that pertain to money on my altar. I have those nickel, like those wooden nickels, because it
Yeah,
represents money. I
yeah,
have that on there. I have some penny blanks that hasn't even been stamped that Lee gave me. I have that on there. I have magnets on there for attraction. I
yeah.
have crystals on there that we dug up ourselves. I have pyrex stone on there that represents money. I have the alligator foot, supposed to bring
Yeah.
in good luck. I have my dragon on there since my spirit animal is a dragon. I have a bow with low stones in it and the magnetic sand in it. I have a bowl of water on there. So it's like whatever you feel that you need to put on your altar, that's what you put on. Like they said, like Sherry and Drew says, it's all going to be different on what you put. It's whatever you feel that you need to put.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can give you some basic information and stuff about altars and why they're important and stuff. Okay, so firstly, I'm gonna read out what I've got here. Okay, and then I'll explain a little bit to you. So, what goes on an altar? Okay, so the only limit to what you can put on your Wiccan altar or your normal altar is your imagination. You can put whatever you like. It's your altar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That being said, there are some ritual tools that are commonly found on your altar. We'll go through those so that you can understand a little bit more about what they are. Your altar is partly a magical spell for your life, as your magical altar or Wiccan altar, pagan altar explains. So I'm just going to share with you some of the things you need to look out for when starting to bring up and start working with your altars. Put only things that give you positive feeling when you look at them onto your altar. You want something that you are very like in communication with, you feel a connection with. So you need to be able to feel things such as being like inspired, loving, peaceful, encouraged, relevant, and grateful, etc. Things like that, okay? Altar tools and more. One of the most meaningful offerings for your altar can be as simple as a gift from nature, a leaf, a pine cone, a crystal. It can be a flower, whatever you find that's really unique to you out in nature, and you maybe it drawed you in and you felt to pick that up. That could be something you could give to your altar as an offering to your deities and energies. They like anything that comes from the heart. Okay. And when you do it, bring it with that divination. Obviously, you want to communicate with them, you want to connect with them, you want them to know that you're there and you're associating yourselves with them. So do that, but do that respectfully and understandably. What you've got to remember is these energies are going to work with you, guide you, and teach you. So it's very important to have your relationship with your deities as well. You can have decorations on your altars, as well as having all of your trinkets and all your pretty witchy stuff that you put up on there, such as your pentagrams, your pentacles, your chalices, all these sort of things. You can put your own touches to it as well, put in really pretty fake vines round or put in little flowers, whatever you feel really brightens up your altar. While your magical items may be various or personal, on a typical altar, there are certain Wiccan symbols and altar tools that are arranged in a specific order. The most basic tools are representations of the four directions and elements and the four powers of the witch. Pentacle for the north, anthem for the east, wand for the south, and chalice or cauldron for the west. Now, north is your earth, east is your air, south is fire, and then you have your water. You can also represent your spirit element into that as well. A lot of witches will do earth, water, fire, air, and spirit. Spirit just represents the energy and the power of the deities, the energy and representation of the magic. So it is really good to bring that in if that is something you want to, but not everybody uses all five of them. Some of them only use all four, some put wood in. It's whatever you feel. You can get by with these. In fact, you can get by with nothing but a representation of the divine. What I mean by this is sometimes you don't even need to get anything else. You could just have those simple stuff on there, and because all of the love and all of the dedication and all of the intention and work that you're bringing into your magical practice, it comes from you. Your tools are just that empowering energy, and that energy that will help to bring it to a place it needs to be in. Okay, it directs it to where it needs to go. So some of the other ritual objects that you could put onto your aura. So you can put anything you like on your aura. Besides the altar tools and symbols, stones are very common altar items. Gemstones have different properties and can be selected to bring healing or draw energies to your altar. On the meaning of gemstones and precious metals, you can look these sort of things up online and stuff, guys. You can look up what crystals and what gems represent. You can look up and see what things like candles and feathers and stuff represent as well. Obviously, a lot of people that are witches, that they will represent their colours into the altar. So it'd be like your element colours. There may be specific colours and energies that may be associated to your deities and your gods and goddesses and so on. This is why I always like specify to you that it's very important to always do your education and your research first. Okay, you need to understand what each of your ritual items are going to be. So your tools,
Thank you, Lunar.
You're going to need to have a representation and understanding of what your altar means. You're going to have representation of what your deities and like your gods, goddesses, spirit guides, spirit animals are represented to, because there may be certain amulets and things that you put out for them. There may be certain herbs or incense or certain things that they like at certain seasons. So it's really good to look up on your deities and things that they like. What you've got to remember is when you're going into magic and you're working with your altar and you're working with your deities, you're binding a contract between you and that energy. Okay, so anytime you call out to them and ask them to come forward to you in favor to help you, it's always important to remember to give back to them. They don't have to help you and they don't have to guide you. It's all about mutual respect and understanding of each other. Okay, so you can't ask for something and then not give something back. These energies are very powerful and very ancient and very secret. So it's very important to remember to respect and to understand their ways and how they act. Okay, now I don't know if the sisters want me to go and actually speak through the whole list of the altar tools, and there's like little descriptions that I've got down there as well that just explains it all.
Yeah, just go through it.
It's up to you, whatever.
I would just go through it, and then if there's anything you want to add,
I didn't want to just take over, and then you feel like I'm I don't know.
No, that's fine, because then people may have questions about it.
Guys, Sister Sherry works really hard on the shows, especially this week. It's the last 2 weeks because I've been able. She does really great.
Guys. Yeah. I take this very, very seriously. If you're going to come into the craft, you need to take it seriously, okay? This is not a joke, and this is not a laughing matter. Very dangerous things can happen if you do not educate and learn yourself, okay? It's okay to sit there and listen to somebody with a 15-minute video telling you how to do this and work with whatever diet, but where's all the information and the stuff to help you to do that correctly? That is my opinion. Okay, if we're going to educate, we're going to educate.
You'll learn something, sis.
Anyway, sweetheart,
take notes. Yeah, I would just go through it, Sister Sherry. If there's
I'm going to go through this also. I do feel it's very important, and you do need to understand all this. There's no point giving you half-grown messages.
Yeah,
you
that's
need
what I think.
Real training and real potential comes with being taught properly. That's my
And that's
opinion.
what we want to do for you guys. We want to teach you properly. And
Yeah,
remember, everything
And
is
and we
there to
will.
go back over.
and I
We
We
go,
just
will
Miss.
wanted
teach
to,
properly.
yeah, and I just wanted to add in, if you feel like you don't know what to put in or you don't have anything to put in, if you eat every day, all you have to do is just take a little piece of whatever it is you're eating, sit it aside, and that can be your offering to say thank you to whoever you call upon
Yeah,
to help you through your daily life.
I
So
will.
you don't have to have anything like I mentioned, or
No,
whatever.
no, 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 no.
These things are just
We
to
started
help
small.
you, yeah, to
I'll
help
just.
you so you can get to thinking about it. So yeah, so
Guys,
just
I've not
remember
even
that.
got anathema yet. I've
We'll
not even
do
got
this.
anathema yet.
We'll do this list, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about the old offering things.
Yeah.
So you don't need to put
Mm-hmm.
loads out, and you don't
Okay, I'll
need to
put
have
my
your
mute
own
on,
plates for each
guys.
entity. They can come and eat from the same plates, okay? As long as you
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we'll
invite them
explain
to
all
them,
that. Let Sister
we'll do that
Sherry go
after.
through it all, and then we'll
Right,
explain all
here
that
we
to
go.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Right, on you go, guys.
So, what do you need for an altar? Altar tools don't have to be complicated or costly. You don't really need anything other than what you have on your hand, but you might want the customary tools of the Wiccan trade. Okay, so here is the list. So, ritual tools are as individual as the witch who uses them, but it helps to know what the basic tools are and how to use them. In the old Wiccan, there were specific rules about these things. They seemed to like the rules. Now, in modern Wiccan, your own heart is your best guide to what you need on your altar. But since you need to know the rules before, you can break them down and read on. A witchy tip: don't have an altar. Altar tools are Wiccan ritual tools. You need them even if you don't have an altar. If you haven't decided yet whether you should have one or why you need an altar, then just sit and think about it, look into it, see if you think that that's a good thing for you. You don't have to have a table. You could do it up on your fireplace. You could do it on a fireplace floor. You could do it outside, wherever you feel is going to be a good place for you. But what you've got to remember, it's got to be convenient for each season. Everywhere, especially in the UK, the weather is terrible. So you don't want to be sitting out there in blasting rain while it's, and some of you might like it, but I'm just saying. Okay. So this is going to be what I'm going to be explaining to you actually helps you to understand your basic altars, okay? But there are some other bits that I've found in it that are the more ritual type of altar tools that you can use as well when your magic becomes a little bit more stronger and a bit more out there. So obviously the first one is an anthem. The ritual knife or an anthem is one of the prime Wiccan altar tools. It is pronounced Ahtamay, or it's Ahthawmay. Traditionally black handled, the anthem lives in the east, the direction that represents mind, thought, and choice. An anthem doesn't have to be metal. You can find these in shapes and elements of wood or even carved stones, if you prefer. It's not used as a physical knife, meaning it's not for cutting physical things, it's just for cutting energy that is used in your magic, okay, or for directing energy and things like that. Physical knife, anyway, but a symbolic one. Anthems hold yang, which is God and energy. Anthems are used to direct energy, typically in casting ritual circles and recalling them. They may also be used to cut energy ties. Ordinarily, an anthem is not used to cut anything of the physical realm, which is our plane. Then you've got your bells. Bells are like the voice of the goddesses. When you ring one, it brings divine attention to you and your attention to the divine. A bell with a lovely tone will be beautifully healing energy to you. Bells can also be used to clear energy and to end of the rituals is also a good time for this. But unwanted energy crops up during a ritual, you can use the bell to dispatch it. So really what you use your bells for is to remove any negative or unwanted energy or energy that doesn't serve your purpose of your ritual, and to just obviously help to call on the higher and divine energies to come into your practice. It's a way of reaching out to them. It's like calling on a telephone. Candle direction colors. One candle for each of the directions, color coded, are often used on a Wiccan altar. One would go in each appropriate direction. So for the north, you can have a black, a green, or a brown candle. For the east, yellow or white. For the south, red or orange. And for west, blue or aqua. And for your center, you can use the candles such as white, silver, or gold. Now, this will normally represent either the spirit, or if you are like us and you're witches, then you will have gods and goddesses that you represent. The gods are always the gold, and the goddesses are the silver, as well as our maiden, the moon, as well. And obviously, our brother sun is normally a yellow or an orange because he's of a fire element. Candles are used to invoke and to hold the powers of each direction. So calling from the north, south, east, west, and the pillar. Okay, calling in all of the energy. So this can also represent your four colors, your four directions as well. There are so many different aspects to understanding that. Often larger candles, such as pillar candles, are used to represent the gods and the goddesses. These are usually set on either side of the pentacle or somewhere in the center of the altar. Other options are having just one large candle for the great goddess of three, white, red, and black for the maiden, mother, and the crone. When they go, when they go is up to you. Where they go is up to you. Somewhere they won't drip on delicate items or they won't catch fire. Always be fire safety. These, right? So, sorry, I'm losing where I am. These candles invoke the energies of the divine. Okay, so the higher energies, the energies that can help you to manifest your desires and your magic and all that stuff. So chalices. The Wiccan chalice is one of the most important altar tools. It signifies the mother goddess. As such, it is a yin altar tool. Some people like very fancy jeweled cups for their altars, but this is not necessary. A cup of wine, like a wine glass, or a material, or like some other form of a material cup, even a bowl. Okay, anything that can hold water and hold that element. Just something that holds the water and ideally is round or curvy is good. Silver is always nice for the goddess tools. A silver chalice is a perfect Wiccan chalice. The altar chalice is placed on the west, the direction of water, and the yinnest of the yin. The Wiccan's chalice is used for ceremonial drink, offering libations to the divine, and holding the salt water solutions for cleansing your altar tools, for putting maybe into one of your rituals or your spell, maybe for a cleansing. You can use your chalice as well as using your cauldron and other things as well. So the next one I wouldn't really say is a tool, but they are most definitely very important in this as well, and that's the deities. Okay, images of representation of any gods and goddesses who are special to you are always welcome on the altar, though of course we could not respectfully consider them an altar tool. They are more than a reminder of divinity. Statues of the gods and goddesses can actually hold the vibration of the divine. So your altar becomes a living temple, a place where the divine dwells and helps you in your magic. Habitation dish. A habitation dish or bowl or a cup can go in the center, ready to receive offerings for the gods and goddesses. You can also use your altar chalice or your cauldron for that purpose. Later, or pour or bury the offerings in the earth or into living water, rivers, lakes, etc., to carry them to the divine. Then you have offerings. When you would honor the divine with a gift of thanks or prayer, you can bring them to the altar as an offering. Often flowers are kept on the altars as an offering. Anything that is beautiful or special to you or symbolic of the purpose for the offering can be offered. It is probably not necessarily to point out that the offering should not be anything that could harm anything. But just in case, I'll point this out to you. For one thing, since the divine lives in all things, anything you harm is an injury to the divine, a problematical it's problematical. You'll be giving the offerings to the earth later. So if you give the offerings to the earth later, you don't want to be putting anything like plastics or anything like that does not dissolve in nature. You want to put things in nature and back to Mother Earth and Mother Nature and your deities that are safe and environmental friendly. Guys, it's very important. Okay.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, I'm going too far down my page here around a minute. Trying to find my way out. There's so much writing. Offerings are one of the most overlooked practices in Wiccan today, yet one of the increasing spiritual powers and importance. A lot of people do not give offerings and give things out to their deities, and it's very important to show and to do that, in my opinion, and in my sisters. I know they do the same. Offerings are very important. It shows that respect and that dedication to your deity. It shows that relationship that you and that deity has. Okay, it's very, very important. Nothing goes more further than respect of those that help you. Okay, and you are their children. Pentacle. The pentacle, a five-pointed star with a circle, usually is placed in the center of the altar. The pentacle is one of the most important altar tools, offering protection and power in magic work. Salt water. A small bowl of water with salt dissolved in it for cleansing. This would be appropriate in the center. Alternatively, the altar chalice may be used to hold the salt water also. Water and salt are both purifying agents, not only in the physical realm, but to the electric as well. Salt water also represents the energies of earth and water, united, the ocean womb, which gave birth to all life on the planet. So while this may seem a insightful addition to your altar tool, it holds great power. Scents or feathers. Some representations of air, commonly something scented like incense, essential oils, or smudging, or else a flying bird's feather goes in the east. It represents air. Secret scents are used to cleanse an area, energetically call in certain powers, or help witches shift consciousness. Feathers can also be used to cleanse energy fields and to fan incense for smudgings and cleansings. Stones or crystals. For the earth element in the north, stones and sometimes crystals are used. These bring in earth energy, which helps with grounding, except perhaps the quartz crystal. Gemstones also carry certain energies which can be invoked by having them on your altar. Another option to have elements of nature, such as plants or animals that represent the earth itself. So animals that are represented to each thing. So you could have a dolphin for your water, you could have a dragon for your fire, you could have air, you could have a bird for air, and then you could have Right, so we've done dolphin, we've done fire, we've done air.
Earth.
And earth obviously could be like a dog, a wolf,
Loses.
elephant, anything like that. Just an animal that represents all four of those elements.
Yeah, you
Okay.
could do water things.
So many different
Mm-hmm.
incorporations. Wands. The wand,
Water. Water does
like,
everything. Water and
yeah,
everything.
the wand is like a portal. Hand version is like a portable hand version of a broom. There is a theory that originally one instrument performed all of the purposes served by the two today. A wand can be made of any natural material. Wood is traditionally, since all wood have unique power. You may like to choose the wood to suit your particular needs. Wands can be used for divination and channeling magic energy. They can be used to cast and to recall circles in place of the anthem. The magical wand goes in the south for the power of the will, magic, and transformation. It also represents yang or God energy. So, some of the other altar tools that you need to know, in my opinion, there are additional Wiccan tools which may be kept near the altar or on it or elsewhere in somewhere that is quite close to it. So, like for me, I've got my altar tools and stuff all over here, but when I'm not using certain things, I've got my cabinet here. Okay, so it's not that far and it's still in the same room. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it's still getting the energy it needs. So then you've got your baton, which is your broom. Okay, a broom is not necessarily classified among altar tools, but it is indispensably for energetical cleansing and secret space. While handy to keep nearby, brooms are usually to unwindly or to put atop an altar. They're too big, in other words. So when you've got your brooms, obviously you use your brooms, your batons, whatever you like to call them, for your rituals. Like when, like you get certain seasons where you got to clear out the old energy to let in the new. You would go around your floor sweeping with your broom, putting your intentions of wanting to cleanse. If you want to protect someone, it's just like using your wands and everything, but you're using it through your broom. She's also the elements of earth and made by the elements of earth and nature because she's wood. So she holds a lot of magical purposes and is very important to the witch. She also represents the spiritual side of a witch, meaning in flying. Not meaning flying as in we sit on a broom, but meaning the fact that we can travel to other planes in our spiritual form and we would sometimes look like we're flying. We're
Yeah.
going to other dimensions, other places. She actually represents that as well. Okay, so cauldron. Traditionally, cast iron, a cauldron is like a three-legged, rounded cooking pot. You can get them in sizes from huge to tiny. Cauldrons are handy items for burning things like incense and herbs. This is one of the reasons it is one of the most common altar tools. Put an incense charcoal in the bottom and sprinkle the herbs and powder onto it for very pagan incense, so potent. Okay, caution is required when burning anything, of course. Cast iron on legs, if made properly, will keep the heat from the surface it stands on, but check to make sure. Also be aware of anything flammable near or above the cauldron, particularly sleeves and hair. Cauldrons can also be used to hold witch's brew. This is a magical spell in liquid form. These range from simple salt waters, purifications to complex spells. Working knives. Oh, also, the cauldron represents the maiden and the goddess's womb. Our goddess, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, whatever you like to call her, she has the womb of birth and life. She is what will bring the power and the energy to your ritual when you're setting her up with the coals, the different herbs and things. You're asking her to birth what you're wanting to reality. Okay, so always remember it's really, really important to make sure you've got some form of burning pot. Even if you don't have a cauldron, a dish or something that is okay at taking heat, anything like that can be used. Remember, not every witch goes out buying tools and stuff. Some of them will use household items to do so. Just make sure that you do it safely. Okay, carrying on. Sorry, I keep going like one way, then the other way, then up, down, up, down. Right. Working knife. This is another one, also called a baleen. This is a knife you use to cut things, draw lines in the earth or rooms or candles and other functions, and in general cut physical things. Traditionally, the working knife is white handled. This knife usually distinguishes from the anthem, which is a symbolic knife, only and not used for other purposes by most witches. Not all witches count the working knife as one of their altar tools, but just a functional implement. You can put things such as your swords on there that can be used for the same sort of things. Some people like to use swords for casting in groups.
Mhm.
The difficulty may be the emotional safety in addition to physical safety of others. The symbolic historic inherent in the sword is more than many sensitive people can cope with, especially in a intimate situation and ritual. Often awkward around an altar, swords may be kept near or under it to be held in the magical aura. In the past, swords were the anthems of the nobility, but nobility, sorry. But these customs is obviously ridiculous from a spiritual standpoint. Blue blood does not equal spiritual nobility. Unlike knives, however, swords have no particular use other than a weapon. This link with violence may sword undiversible as the altar tool for most people. So if you like, one thing I want to explain to you, okay, is when you get certain tools, like you've got your knives and things like that, you may not feel very comfortable with knives and stuff, and you may think that knives represent violence and bad energies and things like that. If you don't want to use an anthem, I don't have an anthem because I'm not very comfortable with knives. You can use your wands, you can use a pen, you can use your finger, you can use anything that you want that you can move around to bring the energy in. Okay, guys, you don't have to go and get a knife. Altar cloths. An altar cloth is optional, it's not important, but it is very good to put up on your altar. It makes it look very fancy. It helps to store and hold that energy. And if it's got symbols and things on it, even more so, it will bring the energy and the power to the table. It'll stop dripping wax from going onto your floor or onto your wood or whatever sort of table or area you've got. And it reduces the hazards of fires and stuff. Okay, and most witches do use different types of altar cloths on their altars. Just remember that they're ones that can be easily washed because you're going to get a lot of wax fall on your altar cloths. So anything you want charged with magical energy, when you want to charge something with magical force, you can put it on your altar for a time. A full circle or of the moon is a standard time frame. This could be a spell near this could be a spell on new altar tools, crystals, deities, or symbols of something you would like to have more of in your life. Whether whatever would benefit from being infused with the spiritual power. So bring anything onto your altar that you know is going to be useful for you in that ritual, in that practice, and it being what you want it to be. Okay. Then you've got your book of shadows. If you have a book of shadows, it should be kept on your altar profoundly. It is one of your most important altar tools. If your altar is not private enough or you can't keep it there for another reason, then keeping it under your altar is best. If you have other books that you use for representation for spells or rituals, it may be handy to keep them nearby also. It's better to remain within your casting circle when forming magic than leaving it to look for something. You need the full potential and attention on what you're doing. Spells and spell casting materials. Spells which don't belong elsewhere are usually kept on the altar, and materials for future spells kept within the energy field. They may be stored under the altar or nearby. Then you've got a songbook. Songbook. If you have a collection of songbooks with chants you like to sing, it is useful to keep that on hand also. You've got tokens of helpers. Your altar is also an appropriate place for symbols of and offerings to any guides or special beings who help you. Remember the witch's silver rule. And now, having said all about these, go ahead and these go aheads and these don't go aheads. I just want you to just take this information on, guys, and to just realize what I'm saying to you, because magic is very important. And just remember that do what feels right to you. It's your energy, it's your magic, okay? As long as you do the basic information and research and studying, learning about your tools, your deities, how you do certain spells and castings, how you protect yourself, what all of these tools and things represent to you, you'll be well on your way to starting to cast. But it is really important to have knowledge and to know
Yeah.
that in the meantime, do what's right for you. Anybody can sit here like us and give you advice, but in the end, your magic will become your own, and you will find the elements that maybe you learned from us may become something else.
Yeah.
We are just giving you the broad outline of what to do to keep you safe. What you bring into your altar, what you bring into your practice and into you, is completely up to you, as long as you remember to stay positive and do your energy for the better. Don't do castings and that to do negative or bad things. Do it to do better. This is what you should
Yeah.
be doing. Okay. Honor your heart. Okay. And feel proud of what you put out there. Being a witch is so much more than just casting spells. When you become a witch,
Brilliant.
because you have a passion, you have a love for what you do. You want to make the world a better place. You want to put good things back into things that are missing it, like nature and people and all these sort of
Mhm.
things. Witches don't become witches just because they feel like it. We do it because we've got a passion and because there's a love for our
Yeah.
world and for who we are. Okay. So just choose what is right in your heart and what's in your soul. Your soul is your spiritual place and the one thing that knows what's truly right for you, your heart and
Yeah.
your soul. Listen to that always, okay? And always your mind as well. A lot of you'll find that when you start doing this, a lot of your energy will talk to you and communicate with you through symbol, sight, through mind by talking to you. Learn yourself to listen to that. Don't always think that that voice in your head is just you talking back to yourself. It's not. It's your consciousness and it's them trying to communicate with you. Learn to tap in. Take the advice I've given you about all of these altar tools and all these things you can do. I hope you've wrote them all down. And just remember, you don't have to go out and buy these things. You can find things in the house to represent those things. But research, study, and all that, and you will be able to come to a better understanding of what it is. So that's all of the information that I got today. I
Thank
hope
you,
Well,
you
Ted.
you
did well.
covered. Yeah, you pretty much covered it all, really.
Yeah.
I have worked my
Thank
ass off
you.
all week. All week
The
I've worked
main
my
thing,
ass off.
the main thing is
You're
never
great at what you
to
do.
stress. Don't stress.
No,
Use
Yeah.
what
no.
you have. Use what you want, and never. I mean, you can go out in the woods and get stuff and not have to go out and and buy anything. It's
Yeah.
all what you
Thank
feel
you.
that you want to use,
Yep.
Yeah,
And
your magic
remember,
is right.
guys.
because
Oh,
it's yours.
you go, sis.
Go on, sis. You go, Drew. Go on.
Remember, guys, when I first started my path, my aim was to show appreciation for being now clear in what I wanted in life and being clear in my energy. So mine was to build, to show appreciation every day and to thank the person, the thing, the the goddess, Santa Murta essentially at the end of it when I did the research about what changed in me, because at first I knew I could light a candle, I knew I could put incense out at this point in time. I researched the putting the water out, researched the putting out the stones, I researched all of that, like to represent your earth, air, fire, and water. And I just kind of took it from there and have faith every day to say thank you for that experience. Thank you for giving me the clarity in my mind. And then slowly, as you keep
Mhm.
taking these classes, slowly as you keep doing your own little research and things and what you know and all as well, you'll get to place your altar. Things, as I said, will draw out to you, and you will think, "Oh, that could represent Marth. That's a stone." You
You'll
don't
become
have
confident.
yeah, all this builds up, and you'll
Yeah.
get it to build up as well. It's just a
Mm.
case of trusting that instinct in you. And if maybe you decide one day that you don't want to put the water on the left, the left hand side to represent the goddess, for some reason you're drawn to put it in the right, do it.
Yeah.
Don't feel as if you need to do
Mhm.
it just because of that. Do what you're drawn to.
Mhm.
Stick to your
I'm
basics
just
till you start, and then do what you
I'm
want.
just giving you the basic information, like how it starts out. You know what I mean? Like I said to you before, I read this all out to you. Your
Yeah.
altar is your own. You put your
Mhm.
stuff where you feel it needs to go. You talk and be how you feel you need to be, but as long as it's respectful and you have gratitude to your deities. Don't be rude or disrespectful or anything like
Yeah,
that.
of
Just
course.
don't forget to give them offerings and that, guys. Don't do ask for things and not do things back. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You're not going to get anywhere in this if you're doing that.
Mhm.
Not at
Mhm.
all.
Even just do what I do. I just sit down. Guys, this is what I do, and I'm not joking you. I sit here with a lit candle. I usually just sit here and I say, thank you very much, guys. Honestly, Santa Marta,
Mhm.
Hecate, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, timber. And I sit and I have a conversation exactly how I
Yeah.
showed you. And when
Mhm.
it was
Talk.
up in my bedroom, that's what I done.
A
And
simple
even just
glass of
doing that
water.
during the day.
The
Simple
thing
glass
is a
of
lot of
water
people,
will do it.
yeah, like a lot of people when they come into this, they think that the only time they talk to their deities is when they're doing the magic. No, you talk to your deities all
Oh,
the
all the
time. They
time.
are your soul now.
Mhm.
Okay, they are with you. You talk
Mhm.
to them like we're talking to you. Have a normal conversation with them. Always be open and thankful for what they give you because they give you a lot in life, guys. And like I said to you when I
Yeah,
was reading that out, come into it because it's something you believe in and you want something to be better. Maybe, like Sister Drew said, maybe something really traumatic's happened to you in life and they saved you from that. Or maybe you've seen something in the
Mhm.
world you want to make better. Have a reason to be a witch or a spiritual
yeah,
practitioner, okay? For the better,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
so
Any.
And now, and you go mystical.
I was just gonna say anything that happens to me that I feel like it wasn't done on my own. I'll just stand there and say thank you for being there. I mean, because even like Sherry, just finished saying because a lot of time they're watching you. They're
Oh
trying to take
yes,
care of you. They're putting the ideas, the thoughts in your head. So listen to them. I
guys. I
mean,
know I
don't.
keep saying this, but what is the chances of a place, a business school essentially from Europe who has opened up offices in London? What is the chances of them picking my local council in a small town as small as we are, out of the
Mhm.
full of Lanarkshire, the full of Scotland? What is the chances of that for their very first school to see how it went? Do you not think that because I've been trying to manifest in my life for the last year, maybe, really, really manifest it, that
Mhm.
my business takes off and that I find my path and that I need to have reassurance that I'm on the path I want to be on? What is the chances of them turning up? I was talking to two or three of the people at last course and I was telling them about it and what I do and try and I used it as an example and they said, do you know, you're probably right because what is the chances of it? So it's obviously my guides and the powers that
yeah,
be that
everyone,
knows that something like
Hi,
that was going
Boomer.
to benefit not just me, but
Mhm.
Sister Sherry, Mystical, anybody that I can advise on anything I've done, anything I've learned is a benefit to us all. So I feel
it
and I
is,
really
yeah.
do feel it, and I'm proud of it.
Mhm.
I'm proud of the fact that I know I've manifested that team coming here because they're from a
Well, that's
different
what I'm saying.
culture.
You did.
You know? Yeah,
You did. like you sat there for ages and ages saying, "No, I want to be able to get my business out there properly. I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to do that." And sister kept working on her spells, kept putting her intention into what she wanted. And what happened? They turned up on her doorstep, and then she's now graduated.
Guys,
Like things
remember,
do happen.
and
It's all in
remember
here.
as
It's in here.
well, when
It's
I
in here.
started saying I wanted to make my own oils, I said on Facebook about jars, I think it was. And then a
Yeah,
lady turned up on my messenger saying she had a full big box of oils and everything. That is mostly what that stuff is. Do you remember I
Mm-hmm.
shared it with you? It was as if the universe was saying, right, okay, here it is. Here that is then. Here that is then. Get on with it, you know? And it
Yep.
was one thing after another, so I couldn't ignore that. And then Liam wasn't paying attention to this dining room as much as he used to, so I thought, this is my chance, you know?
yeah,
So you've got to trust trust the process. Keep doing
Mm-hmm.
the work. Keep having faith. Keep saying thank you. Keep helping people when you can. And trust that it's you that's helping these people and it's your energy that's helping yourself, and just keep saying thank you and be appreciative
Mm-hmm.
of it. And your altar is where you do that, along with your
yeah,
everyday things. Like I talk to the moon whenever I can, even if it's daylight and I see her.
yeah,
Be things like that, you know, keeps you connected.
yeah. Just learn to listen to them, because a lot they are going to bring a lot of whatever comes forward to you. They're going to give you ideas, plans, guides, and all sorts of things. You really do need to learn to listen and understand when they're coming to you in that way. You do need to do that. So
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah,
right. And Drew, I mean, as much as you help people, I mean, I know Sherry helps people too, but you just, you're like, I don't know, like for me, for example, all the technical stuff and all of that, and you explain to me and everything. You are blessed. You have a lot of stuff that drops in your lap.
yeah,
You put it
definitely.
out there that you need, certain things, and it drops in your lap. I don't know
Yeah,
about Sherry because I don't know her situation, but I know it does with you, and that's exactly what it is. You're in the spot, like you say, for this that you graduated from. What are the odds of it showing
yeah,
up
in a
there where you
small
need it?
town.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And Sherry's always, she's always helping and, explaining things and, doing videos and show. So things come to you in a, to
Sherry's
people
got a
in
sixth
general in a
sense when she's
different
they
needed.
want me.
way.
They want me to
Yeah.
be they want me to be the educator. They want me to
Yeah,
Mhm.
educate. They want me, because I do get my words out the right way. I am
Right.
listened to, and people
because
take
I got
notice of
all
what
Mhm.
I
muffled
say.
up.
And um, like for me, yes, they do things for me, and I get things that I want. But with me, I have to do a little bit more work because of my title. Because of being a priestess, you have to put a bit
Mhm.
more in to get where you want to get. And because I've been doing it a very, very long time, so it's a little bit different to just starting out. You know what I mean? It's not the same because I've been like it for so long now. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
they do give you what you want as long as you
That's
have that
right.
respect and that gratitude for them, and you do it the
And
right way.
plus,
They do.
remember, I think
Mhm.
as well that they know your path isn't here in the UK. I think they know that your
No,
path
and I
is
do
in the
believe that a
US.
lot of it's on hold. A
Mhm.
lot of it is on hold. Like they give me
Yeah.
all these plans, these ideas, and I take that with heart, and I'll do everything they're telling me to do. But I don't think that my spirituality opening my shop and that is not supposed to fully happen until I'm in Texas. That's what they're waiting for me
Yeah.
to do, is to go to
Mhm.
Texas. They've told me that your place is
Mhm.
Yeah, I
in Texas,
definitely
and you're
feel
going to
that as
shine.
well. I feel as if you
So
have to kind
you
of
know,
practice here. You have to
yeah, that's what.
practice
It's
here.
not so much practice. I've done this for a very long time, but
No, I mean like your flowers and how to
um,
push them out as a
yeah, they
business
want me
and
to do the
things.
flower side to bring that into
Yeah,
the witch
that's
stuff.
what I
They want
mean.
me. They don't want me to do real flowers now. They want me to do artificial flowers.
Well, that may be the best
So
way.
I'm going to be doing
Mhm.
that. So I am
Mm,
learning all that. I'm learning the dragon and the fairy stuff to learn you guys as well. There's so much that
exactly.
they're doing with me. It's more educational
Mhm.
though. It is more educational and stuff. So
And Mystical's our hands on. She shows us. She
yeah,
gets
she
right
is.
into the nitty gritty and shows us. She's got magical fingers, I tell William.
Oh, she has.
Mystical has magical fingers.
Well,
Yeah.
right now my nails are all retarded, so
Oh, you got two different colours on. Do you know I
Don't worry
thought
about
that
it.
the
So
other
are
day
mine.
in
Look,
Yeah,
that
my
video?
polish keeps coming off, so I did them two different colors.
Oh, mine's is
look at
root,
that. Look
yeah.
at that, guys.
Why
Look,
not?
look. One nail got rid of
Yeah.
my nail varnish. Work that out. I've got 9 fingers with it on, and now one's just took it off.
I can never keep them polished, but at least they're
I'm just
growing.
doing mine
At
again.
least they're growing again.
Oh, they're lovely. And then no, that's what's going to happen. They're going to get to a nice size, and then you know what's going to happen. It'll be spring, and
They're
then you'll
all
need to
gonna
start
break.
planting again.
Well, they break and then they grow back and they break and
Yeah.
they go back. But
Yeah,
What's Luna saying?
my
I
mom
didn't.
had long
I
ones.
didn't
Whew.
fully see. I
Yeah,
didn't
my
fully
mum had
see
long
all of
nails
your
as
video
well.
last night, Christine. I didn't see all of it, but I did. What I did see of it, it was really good. So make sure you do go over and check it out and stuff, guys. And I will be bringing like more information and stuff about the Fae and about the dragons and that, like proper in
Yeah,
depth
Sister
stuff.
Sherry
I
and
work.
I'll
I
do
work.
it as well.
I work
We'll
with
do
them.
it.
I work with dragons and I work with the Fae. So I've got a bit of a different understanding in another way. So
Remember, we're always open to subjects to talk about on Mystical's channel,
mhm.
guys, as
Mhm.
well. So
Yep.
if there's ever anything you want us to talk about, even though we know Sister Sherry's going to do things on her own channel, not everything is for us always to be together. But just remember that if you want to talk about anything, we're always willing to talk about anything over there as well. It's
Mhm.
just so we keep pushing out live streams on a Tuesday. But it's not necessarily needs to be witchy or paranormal. It could be about absolutely
Yeah, no,
anything that you
sister,
want
put
to
your
talk
link in the
about.
room. Christina, put your link in the room. I'm not this one of these people that are bothered about you sharing your links out for your shows. At the
I'll
end of the
put that.
day, Christina's got like a really good show when it comes to her education with Luna at the minute as well. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it'd
they're
be very
pushing
good
out
for you to go over
education
and check them
videos.
out as well. They put a lot of work and time into it as well, and they're doing absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. I must say, you are doing really good with that
Yeah.
side of it. So
And remember, guys, we're all
go
here
check
to
them out,
help
guys.
each other, and it's anything to help teach other people. Anything
Yeah,
that you think is going to help somebody somewhere. Maybe you sit in one day and you remember a little tip. Put it down in a video. It doesn't matter if you remember that. That's going into your mind for a reason. So it's maybe to do a video because somebody needs that information. You just
Mhm.
don't know.
Mhm.
Look, put it this way. Look at what the Lady Grave Dancer done. She was pushing out videos just to really have somewhere
yeah,
to document her stuff, and
you're still
everybody
doing
took
something,
to
sis.
it. You know.
Mhm.
But it is a very good show, and that's what I'm saying. Like in this community, nobody's better than anybody else. It doesn't matter if one person's done a show and then somebody else wants to do the same thing. It's all
Exactly.
about bringing
Yeah.
out as much knowledge and evidence as you can. It's not about one done better than the other. We all should be a team. We're doing
That's
this for a
right.
Remember,
reason,
we've
for
all got,
education,
we've all
learning.
got different views on it.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
it's there's so many views. Like, yes, I agree. Not all dragons and fairies are elemental, but
Yeah.
they are all based in nature. They are based in
Oh,
nature.
yeah.
They work for nature, energy, and things like that. But they're not all elemental, and they're not. You know what I mean? They come.
Yeah, of
Fairies, for
course.
instance, are in another realm. Okay, they're in a realm that is. I say that their realms in our woodland realm. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
but
they
they're on
definitely
a
are.
level. Even though to us it look like they're flying around in our realm, they're not. They're flying in their realm. You're going into their space. You know what I mean? Because they're slightly higher than
The
us.
breaks in the
Yeah.
trees
You know what I mean?
is their way into the next world.
Yeah,
The
it
breaks
is.
you
Yeah,
see in the
Yeah.
yeah.
I
trees,
There's
caught
yeah.
a. I
portals and
caught
stuff like
a.
that in there. Yeah,
I
I've
caught a
been through
fairy
it.
sitting on the windowsill next door, up in that.
Did you show me that picture?
I took. Okay, this. I took a picture. Okay, and
I
it's
remember
weird.
somebody showing me a
It's
picture of Fairy.
well. I took a picture and I immediately I had showed a few people, and like when I sent it to my friend in South Africa, she looked at it, she commented on it, she even put a filter on it to try to get as much detail pulled in because I don't know how to do that, and she sent it back to me in different ones with the filters on it to show it to me,
It is. Yeah,
and then after she sent it to me, it disappeared. And off my main picture, disappeared. It
of the
disappeared.
fairy.
There we go.
Yes, the fairy.
A lot of the you will find that a lot of the fae do not like being caught in pictures. I
Yeah.
have caught
Oh
loads.
no.
I've caught loads of pictures of fae, and they've been in there, me and other people have seen them, and you've gone back and they're not there anymore. They don't like to
Yeah.
be seen unless they're
It's
Yeah.
the
meant to.
same as the
Yeah.
little
You know what I mean?
brownies
Yeah.
and
The
things
window
in
was
your
there,
house.
and the
Yeah.
fairy was completely gone.
You
And
have got it on my
Oh.
channel,
and
though.
huh?
Yeah.
You've
Yeah,
got
there's been one. Yeah,
on my
one was.
channel. There's a one where the fairy goes
I
above my head.
think that wanted to be
Oh,
seen.
really?
Yeah, that one was one of my energies I work with, so I know that
Ah.
she was all right with being seen.
Yeah.
But
It
I've worked
wanted
with
to
her
be
since
seen, I think, so we all started to
the one
believe.
you see on the panel that night when I was on there is one that's been with me since I was 5. She's the one that used to come and tap on my window with the other fae and come into my bedroom. So she's been with me since I was a little girl. So she's all right with opening up when she wants to, you know what I mean? But a lot of them are very secret and don't like
Yeah.
to show themselves to everybody.
But at least I know I wasn't crazy because I got it sent
But
to
you
her.
was
She
meant to
saw
see it.
it, did the filter
That's what
on
it
it, and
was.
everything.
That's what it was, though, sis. It wasn't
Yeah,
meant for
definitely.
anybody else's eyes. It was only meant for your. It was
Yeah.
only you that was meant to see it. If
Well,
you
it
see Fae
disappeared out of
and
the
you see
picture.
dragons and things,
Yeah.
it's meant for you. Dragons and Fae do not just come to anybody. That they're meant. You know, if they're meant for you, they are. We've all got guardian dragons, like we've got guardian angels and
My
whatever else.
fairy's
There was a guardian
disappeared
dragon.
again. She's off in a mission.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we've got guardian angels that we're born with. We've got a guardian dragon we're born with. It's within you. And on the outside of you, it's just finding it. That's what I'm saying. There's so many different representations and stuff. Yeah, Lunasis was in chat when the face went back to my head. I was literally sitting there. I think I had Chris from Ghost Squad. He was on the panel with me, and there was one of his friends, one other guy. And we were sitting
no, it
there.
was me that was the one with
Chris,
them.
and it was Sister Drew was on there, and Chris's face was like, because he's singing.
It was actually one of the first times we were up with you. I think
Yeah,
I think
it
we
was.
had done the interviews with us.
I think it was
And
an
I think
interview
it
that
was
you had
the
with me and
first time we were actually up just doing like a hangout stream, and he's like, Sharon, something's come out your wall. I think it's a fairy.
Hey, did you
was
see
funny.
that? What? There was something just gone past your head. It looked like a fairy or something. I was like, let me have a look. And I was like, yeah, it is.
Well, the next time I catch one, nobody's going to see it. I'll be like, I got a picture, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
You'll just have to believe me. I won't be able to hold it in, I
Yeah.
don't think. I'll be like, look.
Maybe it was the interview Chris was doing.
I think it was that Chris and Drew were doing an interview, and there was me on there, and there was there was that other guy that you guys spoke to that was on there as well.
Yeah. What's his
He
name?
He kept rewinding it back to look at it.
Was it either that Stephen guy that used to come up first way back then, or it was Lewis?
It was Lewis. It was Lewis.
Stephen, yeah, or Hingy,
I think it was Lewis. Yeah.
Can y'all hear that rain coming down? It's hard. It's been raining since early this morning. It's been pouring. It's supposed to rain for 4 days.
It's been snowing up here, but it's not too.
It's just so cute.
Oh.
Yeah, got my little one here. Look.
It's the emerald because my star sign's emerald, so she's got a little emerald heart.
Yeah.
Oh, she's lovely.
Yep, cute, both of them.
Did you see my dragon? Have you seen my dragon, guys? Look at my
Yes,
That's
I
why
seen the
I love
dragon.
her because
I
she's
did.
got my star sign. I actually think Kerry or something got me that. I can't even remember where I got this. Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah, I have some
that's
little baby.
See, I've
baby
never ever really
ones
looked at
over
dragons as
here.
mystical. I've always thought they were kid on, but I look at them in a different light now.
Mr. Drew,
Yeah.
like dragons are part of the divine. They are
Yeah, that's what I'm
divine.
saying. I didn't
Like
used
That's
to
the
know
reason
that.
Lee bought me this because of
There's
the
different types,
dragon.
but they are, oh wow.
Be careful, you want monetized.
See, this is glass. That's the eye.
What was that? Oh, it's glass.
he got-
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's glass, and he got me a necklace too, a pendant that matches this also.
Guys.
They're very spiritual dragons and stuff, and they bring so much to your life if you allow them in.
Let me show you something.
You have to be cautious and stuff, just like you do with the Fae. The Fae you have to be cautious with as well. They're not dangerous or evil, but they some of them do not like humans for good reasons. You'll come to understand everything when I talk.
You understand them now? Yeah, good stuff. She's all in the eye.
Look, Lee bought me these. Look.
Oh, they're lovely. Oh, I like the
Oh
baby
no!
Now look, this is
dragon. They're
another
so
one.
cute. I bet
Oh, is
he
that
made
those
them.
dino things that were on TV?
Oh, they're lovely. Oh, they're cute.
Okay, wait.
There
And
used to
then
I
be a
this
bet
little
Mr.
one.
Witchy
dinosaur
made them.
cartoon, weren't there, with like the dino babies
Oh,
or
yeah,
something? And I
remember
used
that?
to
What
love
was it
watching it.
called?
And then
And the wee
Dino
baby
this
one.
babies.
The
one.
wee baby.
Yeah, Dino
Yeah, the wee
babies
baby
or something
one
it was
used to
called.
sit on the high chair and start going.
Yeah,
Oh, I love that wee cartoon on a Saturday morning. That was when Kerry was
Those
young
are
when
all
that
the
was
little
on.
baby, the little
they're so
Yeah,
cute.
baby
lovely.
They're
ones in
so
the
cute.
air.
Guys, that
Oh.
you hear so many
Oh,
stories about different energies and different things that people really look negatively on dragons and stuff, and they're really not
yeah.
bad if you know how to work with them and that. You just have to take a lot of precaution with them because they're very ancient energy, very, very powerful.
See, I
So
think because I
yeah.
always just when I started getting into this, I think I focus so much on the ghosts and then the other energies around the ghost hunting and then my witchy stuff together that I've never really gave anything another chance. Except from like the Bigfoot and things. I know about that because of Mike and things. So I think the dragons, and also I want to do the star seed and things live stream. So please think about doing that with us in the next couple of weeks on Mystical's channel or something even.
Oh, you want to do that? I've got the videos on the star seeds and stuff like that. I've done all of those
Yeah.
shows and that, didn't I? Where I
I
talked about the
want to,
star
yeah, I
seeds.
want to get us
So,
up and have a little bit a talk about it live. Maybe even join us. Some of you guys want to build your
Mhm.
confidence up. Come
yeah.
and have a chit chat with us. You
Sure, you
can
can
even
talk
keep your
about them on my
camera
channel
off.
too.
Well, that's what Sis was saying. Maybe we could do it
Mhm.
on your channel and that, Sis. So
Yeah,
maybe we
Mhm.
could, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I want to
definitely.
know you about so much stuff, but you guys have just got to be open to wanting to do it. And obviously, going into Fae and Dragons, you've really got to know you want to do it. You cannot turn away from them, just like you can't turn away from the craft.
See, I'm
You're not allowed
starting
to.
to
You
learn about the Fae because with
know what I
me
mean?
doing my mystical walks now, I've
Yeah.
actually been, anytime I've been walking down the street and things, I've been looking at a couple of trees and I know there's a few. So I'm going to plan all my stuff for like when the sun starts to come out about spring. So in the meantime, I've got a few locations that I have
Mhm.
got that's going to be going up on the date thing on the website, so where people actually can go in and book it on a calendar. So I've got a few places I'm going to add to that. So I just need to check with the council and things because I'm bringing people out into the woodlands and under my kind of I've got to do it properly, like ask the
And if you
council,
are gonna,
get them to sign a
talk to them,
waiver and things.
if you are gonna try and go out there and you are gonna try to talk to them and stuff like that, don't call them fairies. They find that very offensive. Okay, they don't like being
Well,
called
no, I'm not
fairies.
talking to you like that,
No, I'm
yeah.
just saying to anyone, if you do want to talk to them and stuff, remember if you talk to them, you open that doorway to them straight away. So really
Oh,
make sure
yeah.
you know what you're talking about. Don't There's certain things you can't talk to them like. They don't like being called fairies, even though they are fairies. They like to be called either like little people. You've
Yeah.
got like the brown house fairies. They don't mind being called the house, the house fairies, brownies, and things like that. But there's just certain ways you talk to them, and
Yeah, I wouldn't have
they're
talked to
very,
that. Yeah,
very
I'll
important.
do.
But
I
I mean,
call
I
a
I'm
want
lot of them
educating you now.
forest. I call a lot of them forest folk because they're all kind of like
forest
Forest
folk,
folk
mixed,
as
yeah.
well. They're very happy
mixed
with that.
in.
Forest folk, little
Yeah, that's
people. They
what
Yeah,
I
like
that's
being
what
called
I've
little
call them.
always
people.
kind of.
Um,
What's that guy's name that does it on the. I think he's Welsh. What's his name? And he's got a lot of them up about. I don't know if they're real or not. There's a bit of controversy behind it.
yeah, no.
But he's got them up, and that's what he calls them, is the forest folk. So that's where I
Yeah,
got that
forest folk.
from
Yeah,
him.
forest folk is
Yeah,
another one that's okay. But like I
Yeah,
said, I'm
that's what I
bringing out
call
some
them.
videos this week on the
what's
dragons and the
his
fairies.
name?
So it's going to give you all the
Edwin
information on
something.
how to communicate, connect, how to talk to them correctly, how to bring them in. Gives you detail and like makes you understand. If you're going to do it, you've got to really be dedicated to it because it's like the craft. Once you call them in and you dedicate with them, you can't leave or anything like that. You're not allowed to do that with
Erwin
them.
Sanders, his name is, guys. You
Yeah.
need to
Yeah,
come
I've
out.
seen that. Is that the one where they've got those little fairy things? They look like stick. They're like stick people with like
Right,
wings in the picture.
well, a lot of people think he's fake, okay? And
But then I'm not sure.
yeah, but I'm telling you guys, I have watched this guy for a few years now, and I'm not joking. There is no way it is fake. These things are in the woods. I'll share it now. He's got
I've
I've
not
got a
seen
lot
his
4
of
videos.
stuff
All
in
I've
the
seen is
k
the
woods.
picture.
subscribers. Ah,
The only thing
I
I've seen
will.
is
I
the
will
picture.
let
The
you
picture
see.
do it no justice.
Because you guys know your stuff. So I'll share his channel with you, and you can tell me what you think, if you think the videos are fake or what. I think there's a few of them really real. And remember, you've got to remember, it's deep in the Welsh hills here. It's not just like going down to his local park. This
Yeah,
man
no.
walks for miles upon miles, and he spends about for the morning to noon to the darkness comes really in the woods, sitting there and waiting on them. I don't know, maybe it could be, but I give everybody the benefit of the
No,
doubt.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I can't say it is or it isn't because the pictures didn't really do it justice when he was trying to put the
Yeah,
picture up of them. You can't really tell if they are or not. But
I know. We'll
Cherry,
get
you're saying, do you know the dark man who's linked to the fairy queen? Well, I'm not being funny. There's light and dark on both sides. So the fairy man would be the darker version of obviously the fae in the light. So he's more than likely probably energy that manipulates, probably goes after like some negative fae in that are said to be able to take children that are human and replace them with like fae children, and he probably does this as well. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it, this is for
There's a
another
lot of
show.
myth behind the legend as well,
Yeah,
remember, guys.
well, I've got
Would you
all of
like
that.
us to
I've got
talk more
loads of
about that?
history.
Do you want us to do a stream one night talking more about the myths and things behind the legends of the fairies, the brownies, and the little folk?
Sure, whatever y'all decide.
Well, I do have it in my content. In my content, I've actually got the history and all of that about
Yeah, I
them
think we
and how
should.
it all
Maybe we
come
should even
about.
play a little bit about it then one night. We'll do a
Yeah.
stream on it, guys, because there is people that's probably watching this that is trying to learn. So for all those people that is listening and you maybe want to learn about it, I know this is Witchy 101, but just watch out for Sister Sharon, maybe I or Mystical, and we'll do more
But they're all
on.
linked. They're all linked to the spirituality and witchcraft and all that as
Yeah,
well. You can bring them into your magic and that. So it'd be very good to have your dragons and that if you
help
want
me
to. But
with that, Reef. I'm
a lot of
telling you,
work
you're
and a
not.
lot of research and a lot of dedication to those two energies, though. They don't just come talking to you and working with you like your guides and stuff. You've got to
Yeah,
really build relationships with them. Definitely with
yeah.
faith.
I
They
know
do
it's hard
say
to
that.
see, but that's a. I don't know if you can see it or not. Hold up. Let me. That's a dragon that I. Well, let me get it right. Right there. If you can see the.
Oh,
Oh,
Dra-
wow.
I
nice.
painted that on my wall. It goes all the way across, but I didn't have no room for the bookcase, and I had to put the bookcase in
Oh,
front. Oh,
yeah.
right there.
I've seen
Right
that in your wall.
there.
Yeah, it's
Right.
And
nice.
maybe we could talk about that a
Yeah,
little bit. We could try and find something
yeah,
out about the
There.
dark man
There
who's
you
linked to
see
the
it
fairy
now.
queen and see if that comes out.
definitely. We
Mm.
will do a
Yeah.
bit of research. That's
Yeah.
nice, isn't it?
Because
Yeah.
none of us knows everything. Even though
Of course.
I am studying and
And
learning. I
we
don't know
all
everything
want to
about it.
learn.
We're all learning.
Of course, we want to hear more about it. So I think we should, yeah. So we're at 1 hour 27 minutes. Are you cold, Mystical? How are you going?
How are you
Oh,
feeling,
actually, I'm
sis?
doing. I'm doing okay. It's not
You
too
doing
bad. I
okay?
put a lot of bubble wrap on this window back here. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can see where it
Hey,
says eBay. I wrapped it
good,
a bubble wrap to keep any cold air
good
from
idea.
coming in here. So
Good
yeah, it's
idea.
not that bad today. I mean, I have my jacket on, and I mean, if I didn't have it, I might be, but I'm not like.
Yeah, freezing, freezing.
It's actually been a really good show. It's been really enjoyable
David
today. It's been
Larkin
really
as
nice to
well,
talk to you.
Kerry.
It's been really good to learn you guys about the
Well,
stuff.
Kerry,
Yeah.
you're from the Welsh Hill. You're from Welsh. Well, Wales, sorry. So you'll know the myths and legends. I mean, I know Scotland and England has got myths and legends as well, but and so's Ireland, but the Welsh myths and legends, I don't think any of us covered yet. So I think we should do that because I do know that there's a lot of like other energies around Wales and things that's not necessarily known to us, much like the leprechaun and things with with Ireland. So we'll definitely look deeper into it. I think we'll start doing more myths and legend type of videos.
I'll see if I can get my friend Brian to look into some bits because my friend Brian actually lives in Ireland. He's Irish and he's really good with his research and finding some really good bits. So I might get him to find some stuff to do with the folklore
Good,
for
and I'll do the
Fae and that.
Scottish.
Okay.
I'll do
And the
Scottish.
dragons. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of work because like with dragons they're very Germanic related, so German, Germany, Scotland, all these, they're all over the world,
Yeah,
but they're
Karen.
very distinct in all of the Celtic places, including
Yeah.
Germany.
I'll
So,
try and find some unique
and
ones.
it's the same
That
with the fairies and that as well. You know, they're very unique to Scotland,
share how.
Ireland, Wales, and England, and they're all over the world. But just some places
Yeah,
they're
there's so many
significant.
you could talk about. Yeah, because that's what I want to do, guys. I want to start
Beautiful.
delving a little before the spring and the summer comes back around, and we're full back into paranormal ghost hunting stuff. In this season, I think we should cover like the Witch 101, of course, but we'll use it as well to maybe go.
So that's my friend. My friend's
All
right
right.
next
Oh,
to me.
so what? Well, that's okay then. We'll
Yes,
use
I
this.
thought that was a paranormal thing. It's like,
Yeah, I'm
huh?
like, what? To go into maybe like more mystical things, and I'll do a little bit of
Woo,
research
it's doing some
on.
major lightning now. It's coming
Oh, is
across lightning
it?
alert.
I want
Yeah, it's
Yes,
lightning.
thundering
I
and
think we
lightning and
will.
Oh, I
We
want
will
some of
get a
that
lot.
energy.
We'll do a lot
yeah.
of
See, it
research now.
came
We'll learn you
across
about
a
a lot of things.
warning. You can't see it. Oh,
Oh,
this one's
oh, it's
Wow.
off.
gone
It
off.
came. It came across the. We can't see.
Oh,
Lightning
and one
alert.
making and repairing, share it. Definitely, we can
Oh,
look
I've
into
done a
that as
video
well.
on repairing ones. I did actually say it in one of the videos and that. So I'll go back through my
Oh,
videos and I'll
good.
find the videos I've done because
See, we've all.
I've got my Witchy channel ones that I do all of that in, and I am starting to put them in Witchy 102 as well. So you've got some up to
Good
date
guys.
information as
See,
well.
we all know what we're talking about between the lot of us. And
Oh, we
now that
do.
I've
We're all
got
very
this
educated.
byway and I've got my everything set, my website, my everything is set basically to push on now. There'll be a lot more educational stuff coming from me. I'll
Yeah, we'll do
film
that.
more about my stuff. I've
Did you
actually
enjoy
got
your
more
food,
oils to
Sherry?
make. Do
My
you get your
food
food?
was lovely. My food was beautiful.
Oh, good, good.
What's that? What's she saying? Do fairies look like? To be honest, they've all got very different looks. Some
Unique,
of them have got
yeah.
dragonfly wings. Some have got ones that look like dragon wings. They don't all look
It
human. Some of
depends.
them have got flowers and stuff coming out their heads, and some of them don't even look human. They look very gargoyle looking and things like that.
I was
Like there's
gonna
so
say
many
that.
different
Yeah.
Mr.
aspects.
Welcome.
Some
Yeah.
of them are see-through, some of them are fluorescent, some of them are full of light, some of them you can't even see a body, you just see a light. There's so
Yeah.
many different
So
types.
many.
So many.
Just because, guys, there's different species and
Yeah.
things. There's different, there's different looks. There's different genres and things. Every single, what do they call it? Like we're humans. There's dogs. There's cats. Every single group of things, they're all different. You've got your Labradors, your Collies, you've got your Shih Tzus. It's every single thing has got
Everything's different. Yeah.
loads of species under it.
Oh,
Just
welcome,
remember that.
Misty.
Yeah, they do. They're very different. None of them are the same. Not all of them look human.
We've
Some of
got our
them you don't
Scottish
even see a
brownies.
figure form. They're just lights and other things like that. And they don't always show to you the way that they would normally look anyway. So they can shapeshift and change the way that they look as well. Some of them can actually turn into human to trick you as well. They can go fully, you know what I mean? So yeah, I know my
They
stuff.
say that
We all know
they
our
say
stuff, believe me.
they say if you've got a Scottish brown in your house, if there's little things that's maybe bright or sparkling things, if they all keep disappearing, but
Yeah, things
also if there's
disappearing.
things like I didn't tidy that up, or
You get
maybe
the
I did.
little flickers at the side of your eyes, another sign of them as well. There's
Yeah.
quite a few that take things. They'll also take things from you if you don't give them offerings or gratitude for what they've helped you in as well. Do not
Yes.
scrub a fairy. Fairies can hurt you, believe
Oh
me. They
yes.
don't want to, but they can if you piss them off.
You
Believe
start
me,
getting eye problems
they
and
will.
things because they sit and poke your eye.
Little but deadly if you
Yes.
take them the wrong way.
Very
Telling you,
careful.
they are
All you
stunning.
do is give them little things, like say, "Oh, see that little pin? I'm laying that out for you." If it's a brownie, of course, in your house, I'm laying that out for you. If you can make use of it, then make use of it. Thank you very much for anything you've ever helped me with in my home.
Oh, they'll
Just
be around you.
yeah.
House fairies are very common in every
Oh no,
house.
they're
It's just that you've
definitely
got the
here. Yeah.
capability to see or sense them. You know what I mean? They're everywhere. and they're in your gardens. They love your gardens. Don't go ripping up trees and stuff without asking permission in your garden, because they
Do you
do
want
not
to know
like
when I
that.
think they turn up? I think they turn up when they feel, when you're like, you've got something that you really need to do. And you're like, I've just not got enough time in the day. I think they turn up at that point in time. Not that they're on about doing your housework for you, they don't. But I think they turn up about that type of time to give you the energy that you need to push on to do it.
Hang on a minute. Sometimes they can change into certain insects as well, like dragonflies, butterflies, and stuff like that, to get round easier, Kim. So you could have very well done. Maybe she was going into a certain form, so you see her as maybe you see her in between going back into a normal form and the dragonfly. But you could have very well done. They do go round in like dragonfly, butterfly, them sort of animals quite a lot.
Yeah, see, it's all different energies.
Yeah.
It's not the same energies like a spirit and things.
All
It's
of
not
them
the
are
same
different.
energy as an elemental. It's
Yeah,
they've all got
they're
their
all
unique
different.
things.
Even the elementals,
Remember,
the dragons, they're all different.
You can have a fairy altar. A lot of the places I've been, especially are around like in the woodlands, there's little like doorways where people have left little flowers and things like that, because
Fairy
they know
doors.
it's a fairy door. They must
Fairy
have watched
doorways,
it
yeah.
for years or something.
I've also
And-
got like little fairy houses that I'm going to put out when I go to Texas. I've got houses for them and everything as well.
That'd be cute.
Yeah,
When you do like your altars and stuff for them, you'd put on things like their nuts, you'd put fruit. They like shiny things, so anything like little jewelry. You might have got those little charms that have got the fairies, or they've got the pentagrams. Anything that's shiny, anything's pretty and sweet. They love sweet things: honey, milk, cream, cake, bread. They love all of that. Love it.
I told Lee I want him to make me
See,
some
they'd love
fairy
that, sis.
houses and stuff like that to put in my magical garden for next year.
Yeah.
I'm moving my magical garden, but where I'm gonna do it, I want him to get me some fairies, and I want him to make them for me so I can place them, like in the pots and stuff like that around the.
I almost
threw that like that as well. They'd like anything like that. It's all pretty. Fairies really like
out.
Fairies
Remember,
like
we were opening
our heart
meal from Kerry. It was still wrapped up, so I nearly threw it out.
Yeah, like with the Fae, just like with the dragons, they like things that come from your heart and come with meaning. They don't like being fooled or mistreated. You know what I mean? Comes from your heart.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Keep little things on it that I was attracted.
But it is getting to nearly 1 hour and 40 minutes, guys. I do think I am going to jump.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Stop this stream.
Tomorrow. I meant to show you my certificate.
Yeah, I'm gonna be turning my computer off because of the lightning.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well, because she was saying it was lightning and that. So let's just show her certificate quickly, and then we're going to get off of here, guys. But we do appreciate. Oh wow! See, woo!
I promise to take the skills I have learned to go out into the world, make a shed load of cash, have fun, and help other people. This is to certify that Andrina Brown has attended and graduated the Rebel Business School, awarded by the Rebel team. So you take all the skills that you learned and go make money.
Amazing. It is amazing news. Don't forget to put well done in the ring, guys. I know a lot of you.
Thank you, everybody.
But we are going to come off of here, my angels. We do very much appreciate you all coming in here and being with us tonight. We hope that you have wrote the stuff down. Tonight's homework, all I'm going to say to you, maybe just do a little bit of research on the stuff I've spoke to you about today, and just get to know your anthems and other things a little bit better, so that you're a bit more prepared and that, and write it all down. Come up with maybe a plan on how you want your altar to look, stuff like that. You know what I mean? You share it with us.
If you have got an altar,
and we can share it next week on Sisters channel. Yeah, we'll do it next week on Sisters channel.
Yeah,
but look out for
the clan group.
Yeah, we can do that, definitely. But look out for us all, guys, through the week. Look out for Tuesday with Sister Mystical and Sister Drew.
Remember,
don't forget to stream up on a Wednesday and on a Sunday. Yeah. I've got a meditation stream tomorrow as well, guys. No, not tomorrow. Sunday. I've got a meditation stream, and I've got shows out tomorrow as well. So keep your eyes out for them as well, because it's the
Right,
embolic
guys, because
video.
I'll be back
Yeah.
doing random things now. The course
Yeah,
is finished.
Eli will be
Sister
with
Drew's
us
back
on
now as well,
Tuesday.
so we're going to watch out.
Okay.
Bye,
Yeah,
guys.
Eli on Tuesday, guys. So yeah,
Oh,
we're going to go
yeah.
now.
Eli.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, lots of love and light, guys. Thank you for joining. Stay
Thank you,
safe
everybody,
and
for
good
coming
night. And
in.
merry planting to you all.
America. Bye,
See you
guys.
all.
Stay
Remember,
spooky.
research and study.
Yeah. Make sure you do your altars.